friends and family, this is Gina Bear reporting to you for duty. And today I wanted to talk about why I left Japan and came to Korea. A lot of people have been asking me about it, and I didn't want to make this video until now because when I left Japan I had some hard feelings, so I wanted some time to pass before I could actually talk about it in a neutral place. This isn't a video to bash on Japan and say that Japan's a awful place to live. It's not. Wherever you live, not everything is going to be roses, unicorns, and daisies. And you know, maybe some people living here in Korea that move over to Japan are like, I like Japan so much better because it suits my personality. And maybe some people that move from Japan to Korea are like, oh yeah, I like Korea much better because it suits my personality. Well, I was definitely one of those people where Japan wasn't really suiting to my personality and Korea definitely suits my personality more. First reason that I left Japan and came to Korea was in Japan, cash is the king. I just found it really difficult to save money in Japan because it was so expensive to live there. You guys know all those little vending machines that they have everywhere? They have all different kinds of drinks and ice creams or whatever. So it's like so easy to spend your little coins on those vending machines. I knew that living in Korea would help me save more because the cost of living is a lot cheaper here. If you want to get drunk for the night, all you gotta do is go to the convenience store and buy a bottle of soju for $1 and you have a cup of me up right there. In Japan, I would get a small cup like this big at the bar and I'd have to pay like 500-600 yen for it. It's not cute and it's not very alcoholic. I mean, maybe some Japanese people would get drunk off of that, but I'm a little bit bigger, so it takes a little bit more. But I digress. I also wanted to travel more. Travel is one of my passions in life, and living on the small island of Okinawa, it was really expensive to travel abroad because I would have to fly to another country and then take an international flight from there. So for example, I went to Hong Kong. So from Naha I had to fly to Taiwan and then from Taiwan to Hong Kong because the flight directly to Hong Kong from Naha was so expensive. Living here in Korea, I'm actually able to travel more easily because Incheon has a lot more international flights for a lot cheaper. My neighbors are out.
Fucking hell.
They're really loud. My boyfriend's here. Also, in Japan, I never really liked the food. And while some people are like, why? But Japanese food is so good. Sushi's so good. Ramen's so good. Yeah, that's not what all of Japanese food is. And living on Okinawa, the food was a lot different from mainland Japan. A lot of Okinawan people eat pork. So a lot of their dishes contain pork, a lot of their food was more fried, and it just wasn't good for you. Obviously didn't agree with me, and it made my skin break out and made me gain weight, so I didn't really like the food. I felt like they ate more meat than they did vegetables, and I don't really like that. So while I was living in Japan, I decided, hey, I need to go to a different country, I need a break from Japan, I need to go somewhere that's different. So in 2014, I took a flight over to Seoul, and let me tell you, I absolutely fell in love with Korea. I fell in love with the culture, I fell in love with the food, and I'm gonna be honest here, I fell in love with all the boys because all the boys, they dress so well, and compared to Okinawa where everybody's, you know, got that beach island fashion, they're dressing like a bum with their little Crocs. Yeah, that's not cute. But everybody in Korea was so well dressed and I was like, oh, thank you. I'm so happy to see, you know, people that are really fashionable. I also really like the culture, so while I was exploring and I was sightseeing, I was finally able to see something different. So in Japan, it's a little bit more conservative, so people don't really touch each other. They don't really show PDA. But in Korea, I saw best friends, girls and girls holding hands, best guy friends holding hands. I don't know, they could have been a couple, but people are a bit more touchy here in Korea, and I was like, wow, that's so amazing, because I come from a culture, in Mexican and Italian culture, we are, you know, hugging each other, kissing each other, smacking out of each other, like, we're really passionate people. So to see Koreans be a bit more passionate and to show their emotions a bit more was definitely refreshing. People in Japan are so nice, they're so polite, they're so kind, but it's very surface and it takes a really long time to get to know people, especially in Japan, and for me, I found it difficult to make friends because of that. I thought that Okinawa was a little bit more conservative than mainland Japan, and usually as a teacher you have to cover your shoulders, so I totally understand that. But like, at least in America, you know, like a shirt like this would not be unacceptable to wear with like a blazer and maybe nice pants and nice shoes. But in Okinawa, they kind of required me to have my shirts up to my neck. That was really tough for me, especially since the summers in Okinawa were so hot and so humid. I had to have everything covered up. So while, you know, everybody in Okinawa who's used to the heat is totally cool and totally fine, I'm, you know, working up a good case of swass sitting at my desk before the air conditioning's turned on, and I just didn't like that. At least here in Korea, I can get away with wearing my skirts a little bit shorter, so like a little bit above the knee, so that I don't completely die when it's hot. And also because of that heat and that humidity, it was literally killing my skin, and I needed to move back to a climate that was much more similar to the one that I was used to all my life. As many of you guys know, I come from Chicago, so our winters get God doesn't love you cold. It works okay with my skin because my skin is a little bit oily, so it stays more hydrated during the winter. And Korea is kind of the same. The Siberian winds come down and it gets God doesn't love you cold anymore, okay? Oh yeah, and I also want to know if any of you guys have been to both countries and you've seen some of the things that I have. So I'd like to hear from you in the comments below. Don't hesitate to leave me one, I always get back. Anyway, that's it for my video today. If you like this video and you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube page down below. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. For everything that's not going on the camera, please check out www.ginabearsblog.com, and I hope to talk to you all later. Gina Bear, signing out.